So this is the first project that we did with Vasily Petrenko, recording a piece of music, and it was really exciting. Such a privilege to work with him. Such a brilliant musician, and just such ease, I think, dealing with us as performers. You know, you get to a rehearsal situation, and quite often you have, I don't know, 30, 40 people arriving with their own interpretation of how that piece should go. And I think Vasily's great at unifying all those ideas. You know, you really believe how he wants to portray the piece.
He has absolute authority, doesn't he? With so many conductors, your interpretation ends up coming into it more than with Vasily, I think. I think Vasily, first of all, he's got such an incredibly clear technique. I don't think I've ever worked with a conductor with such a good technique. Almost just, if you just see him out the corner of your eye, if you're watching the music, he gives such a complete impression of exactly what he wants. And in rehearsal, if he doesn't get that, he's so articulate as well.
He's quite, it's an interesting balance, isn't it? Because he is quite a disciplinarian, but without in any way being a tyrant at all. I mean, those days I know are gone with conductors, which is good. But I think he manages to make you feel very, very at ease, and to really, he gets the best out of his players, doesn't he? And he, you know, it's a hard thing to make everybody, you know, feel that they want to play, and that it's a hard role for them, of course. Although we don't really admit that to them. And I think he does that very well, because he is very authoritative, and he obviously knows exactly what he wants and knows how to get it. But you never feel like you're being bullied or pushed in a direction that you don't want to be. So it feels very collaborative.
Particularly with the Shostakovich, I suppose, he kind of gave this impression that with this music, we, as kind of pampered Westerners, we just can't understand the world from which it came. Like what, you know, not just what Shostakovich was going through, but what his entire country was going through. The reality that he lived in is just so alien to us. And Vasily sort of, he put a few scenarios to us, just like, remember what he said about the soldier returning from war and going back to his village and feeling as though he can do anything. He can do any liberties he can, because he's been through such a horrific thing. It kind of, for me, it gave me this kind of, just this little window into this, you know, terrible world that this music came from, and this kind of reverence. We're sort of portraying what we can't really understand.